Welcome back to T's Cooking. I'm coming on to show you guys how to make Cajun chicken and sausage pasta. Right here I am adding olive oil and salt to my pasta water and getting ready for the boil to start. So here I am cutting some tomatoes because I'm adding some tomatoes in the pasta. So I washed them and I added tomatoes. You do not have to add tomatoes, but if you like tomatoes, you can add tomatoes to give it color and just to give it a little more flavor. And I buy the small plum tomatoes, the real small plum tomatoes that you can put in like salad. But I'm just cutting them, and you don't have to put all of them. You could just put a couple and just slice them in half. And right here, I am cutting my chicken. I had already washed my chicken very well. Make sure when you messing with chicken, you always want to make sure you bleach everything back down. But I cut my chicken tenderloins in chunks. You can use chicken breast and cut it in chunks, but whatever you decide to use, you can use it. But make sure you wipe everything down with bleach and hot water and soap, because it's just chicken. So I just continue to cut them in chunks, and then I added my pasta to my water because my water is boiling, and I use panini noodles. You can use whatever noodles you would like, but I use the panini. Like I said, you can use whatever noodles you use. The elbow, you can use the what is the other one? But I just use the panini. And most of the time, you don't have to use the whole box if you're not cooking but for 2 or 3 people. So I did cook some corn, a little side of corn, and I added some butter in the corn, the water, and then I added my corn. Now when I am making corn, and after it steams for about 15 to 20 minutes, I do put evaporated milk in my corn. But right here I am seasoning up my chicken. I use garlic powder, seasoned salt, accent black pepper, and a little paprika. I did put in there, but you can season with whatever seasoning you want, but that is what I season my food with. And I use some Tony's Creole seasoning as well. And I just mix it around, and you just want all the seasoning to get all over your meat. And I added a little more seasoned salt because I see that I didn't add enough. And you don't want it too salty because you're still gonna add seasoning to your pasta you're making. So I cut up me some onions, dice up you some onions, as much onions you like, or you can use little onions. You don't have to put a lot of onions in your food, but I like onions, so I diced up some onions and dice them up very, very, small. And then I did also dice up I sliced orange bell pepper. I had an orange bell pepper in the refrigerator, so I sliced up an orange red pepper as well, bell pepper as well. And you just want to dice it up as small as possible. And then I'm just slicing my orange bell pepper. You don't have to put a lot. You can put as much bell pepper as you want, or how much you would like in your pasta. And I just put maybe like 7 to 8 slices of bell pepper in mine. I didn't put a whole lot. So right here, you want to, I use bacon up. You can find it in Publix. I put a little of that in my frying pan, my skillet that I am going to be making the pasta in. So I let that melt down. And then I added some Jimmy Dean sausage, the breakfast sausage. And I did not add a lot. And I just want to saute that down into they good and, it's good and cooked. And I just, for about 3 minutes, 3 or 4 minutes. You just want to make sure that you keep stirring and cook that Jimmy sausage. And I did add a little seasoning to it, and I think I just added a little Tony Creole garlic powder and black pepper or some. But you don't want to put too much seasoning because you're still going to season your pasta mix that you're going to be making. But you definitely want to make sure that it's cooked. The sausage is cooked well. And I'm just continuing to stir the sausage. And right here, you want to rinse your pasta. Make sure your pasta is good and rinsed with cold water to take the temperature down. And I just usually just let it sit in there and just let the, water take the temperature down. So I'm continuing to just stir my sausages. And once that cooked down, I then sauteed the chicken. And I just took it out and then added my chicken in. You just want to make sure your chicken is well cooked. I cooked my chicken for about 5 to 6 minutes. Just continuous, to stir it, sauteing it up, and just, flipping it. So, and like I said, I use chicken tenderloins. You don't have to use chicken tenderloins. You can use chicken breasts. And this is where I added my evaporated milk to my corn. It makes your corn very, very sweet and good, you guys. And I put butter in my water as well. So that is a gem. You see that corn cooking? So right now I am stirring my my chicken up, making sure that it's well cooked. And then I did a cheat. Instead of I just added at the end I added my onions and bell pepper and garlic on the side with the chicken. You don't have to do that. You could do it separate, but I just did a little cheat. But that is what I did. And I just, I didn't let it cook all the way down, the onions, bell pepper, and garlic. I did not cook it all the way down. I just, stirred up maybe like for a good minute or so. And then I just took it out the skillet. Because you don't want it to overcook. You just want enough. So now this is where I'm going to add some butter. And I'm going to let that butter melt down. Because now I'm going to make my roux. And I added flour as well. And this is going to make your sauce thicken. So add your flour and your butter. And you want to whisk it for about a good 1 or 2 minutes. Real, real good. Because you don't want that flour taste in your sauce. So I just whisk it really, really well. And then I added some heavy whipping cream. So you can use, I buy the small pint of whipping cream because that's good enough for me. But if you got a large family, you may want to add a little bit more. But I add that, and that was well enough for me. And you just, you want to cook that down until it starts thickening up. And you keep stirring. I did add a little seasoning in that as well. And trust me, it's not salty because you're not going to over season your sauce. You just want to add a little flavor. So I added my, regular season, salt, garlic powder, black pepper, accent, and then paprika to give it color. And you just want to stir that around. And like I said, you don't want to be heavy-handed. You just want enough just to give your sauce a little bit of taste. And then also I'm using cheese, so definitely not too much heavy on the salt and the seasoning because The cheese also have a lot of sodium in it as well. So now I add my pasta. And then once you add your pasta, and I didn't even use all that pasta, but I made a little bit too much, but it's neither here nor there. So I stirred my pasta very, very well. And then I added all my meats back over there. My bell peppers, onion, garlic, my sausages, and my chicken went back over into the pasta. And I stir it very, very well. You just want to make sure that all the sauce gets over everything. And then I added my cheese, and you can use whatever cheese you want. You use mozzarella. I use the Mexican blend cheese because it have different type of cheese in it, and it was delicious, delicious. And you just want that to melt down. And then after that, I added my two tomatoes at the end because I did not want my tomatoes to be overcooked and soggy. So I added my tomatoes at the end. And also, if you don't like whole tomato, you could use the dried tomatoes as well, and that would be a good thing to use in it as well. So you just want to stir it around just like that. And then that is the end of the recipe. Very quick, easy. It took me literally maybe 45 minutes to cook this, make this dinner. So it's a quick meal, especially when you're coming home from work. You just want something quick. And you can't add garlic bread. I just didn't feel like going to the store getting some garlic bread, so I just did corn. But this is the meal of the night, and it was delicious, you guys. So don't forget to like, comment, and share my cooking channel, T's Cooking. That's TEE''S Cooking, COOKIN. Thank you guys. Have a nice day. And this is the finished touch. Very good. Thank you, thank you, thank you.